So I suppose the first thing that we need to establish about the album The Orphus Years, 1996 to 2010, is what exactly is Orphus, right? Well, I met Jay in college probably around late 1991, and our friendship really didn't develop till later in 1992, I believe, and then into 1993, which happened to be around my senior year of college. And we really started to hit it off. I was working at the radio station late at night. I'd come back after working late into the evening at the radio station, and Jay would be up in the middle of the night, still ready to go and play music, maybe do some homework, whatever it might be. So we really got along really well that last year and a half of my college years, and so that's where our friendship developed. And Jay was back in Colorado. He moved back to Colorado, where he was originally from before he came to college in Iowa. And so I went out to Colorado a couple of times in '95 and in '96. And Orphus had already kind of developed between Jay and a couple of his high school friends in Colorado. I basically let Jay borrow my little analog multi-track cassette recorder because I wasn't using it for much anyway. I wanted it to get some good use, and he was really more into doing recordings and stuff, so I let him borrow it for a while. So he started making albums with his friends, and they called themselves Orphus. And I really can't tell you for sure what the origin of the name is, except that it's kind of silly and it kind of sounds, vulgar, but it's not because of the way it's spelled. And so, they were really just a studio band. They didn't play out. They just liked to, record songs. Back then, a lot of the songs were covers. Did a lot of covers back then, but some original stuff too. And finally, in 1995, 96, I was going through a divorce, and Jay invited me out, and he said, hey, help me write some songs. And so, my inclusion into Orphus started in early 1996, and we kept pumping out albums, every year or two, every couple of years for a while. A lot of people don't know about that. A lot of people don't know about Orphus. They know, for example, that Brad, plays some music and has recorded some music, but they don't really understand that after an album or two, quote unquote, which was really just putting them on cassette, we started to write all original material for these albums and started putting them on CD, and we would give them out to our friends and family. This was back in the late 1990s, and long before, the internet really cracked big, especially with music, and we were already giving away free music, which is kind of what the deal, is now. And I suppose if we would have taken ourselves a little more seriously, who knows, what might have happened. Here we are 20 years later, but it's okay. I'm having fun doing it now, and kind of doing my own thing with Jay's blessing and Jay's, help and encouragement, and we'll probably do some things again together soon. But what a lot of people don't know is that Orphus, the studio band, as I call it, Orphus, generally, we have a pretty large music catalog of original material that only a few select people have heard. The music was a huge variety. It was pop rock, it was country rock, it was country, southern rock, experimental type stuff, hard rock, metal. We did whatever we felt like doing, and that was what was cool about it. We just kind of, put all of our influences together and did some fun stuff, and it developed a cool music catalog. Some of the music is not great. Some of it is maybe offensive to some people. Like I said, we didn't really take ourselves too seriously, so we didn't really care. So a lot of that stuff kind of remains buried to this day, but it's still where we came from. It's where we cut our teeth on making music, and there's still some good stuff there. In fact, our most acclaimed album that we did in 2004, called Map of Hawaii, there was a lot of people that heard that album and really liked some of those songs. And actually, a couple of those songs are going to be on Brad Carl, The Orphus Years. So that tells you anything about the importance of those songs. So that, in a nutshell, in a long hard nutshell, is Orphus.